You're going to take notes over point slope form in your flip book. We're on page 10. Point slope form is y minus y1 equals m, parentheses, x minus x1, where m is the slope and x1, y1 is a given point on the line. So you're going to use this form to make a linear equation if you are given a point and a slope, or if you're given 2 points. So in example A, you have your point and you have your slope. So this would be x1, y1, and this will be your m. So your equation will be y minus your y1 is 5 equals your m, which is negative 6, parentheses, x minus negative 2, parentheses. Now when you have a minus a negative, it turns into a positive. So this would be your equation. One mistake that I see students making is whenever they plug in their x and their y, they plug it into the wrong spot. So make sure you plug in your y here, your x here, and your slope here. Don't get them mixed up, and don't try to plug them in for the first y and the first x. This x here this should always stay y. This should always stay x. It shouldn't be any numbers here or here. That should always be y, that should always be x. You're only plugging in numbers for x1, y1, and m. You're going to do this example in class tomorrow as the warm-up. So that means when you first walk in, you're going to get out this foldable and you're going to do part B. Okay, example 2C. You're given 2 points. So you can't use point slope form without finding the slope first. So you're given 2 points. Well, you know how to find the slope if you're given 2 points. You use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So you have, so that would be negative 2 minus 12 over 6 minus 5. Negative 2 minus 12 is negative 14, and 6 minus 5 is 1. So your m would be negative 14. So now that you have your m and you have your points, you can choose either point to make the point slope form equation. So you have y minus, I'm going to use the first one. So it will be y minus my y value, which is 12, equals your m, which is negative 14, x minus 5. So that's one possible equation. Now, the other possible equation is if you use this point, y minus your y value, which is negative 2. Well, I have a minus and negative. If your point is already negative, then it's going to make it positive. Negative 14 x minus 6. So you have 2 possible equations each time if you're given 2 points. Now, I know it looks like these are 2 separate equations. They're not the same, but they really are the same, because if you solve for y, then you're going to end up getting the same points. Because when you distribute and then you move this number over, you're really going to end up with the same point. And we're going to talk about that more in class. So part D, example D, you're going to do this one as a warm-up also. So you have two problems that you're going to do first thing when you walk into the classroom. Okay, example E, rewrite in slope-intercept form. So this equation is already in point-slope form. We're going to write it in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So I have parentheses here. Whenever you see parentheses, your mind should automatically think distribute. So that's exactly what you're going to do. 1 over 4x is 1 over 4x. One over 4 times 16 is 4. So then I will copy the left side. Okay, so I'm trying to get y by itself. What's on the same side as the y? The minus 8. So if I have a minus 8, I have to add 8 to both sides. And when you add 8, you're going to put it under the 4 because you can't put it under the x term because it doesn't have an x with it. So I'm going to copy down 1 over 4 x. 4 plus 8 is 12. And then on this side, I just have a y left. So that's my equation in slope-intercept form. The slope is 1 over 4 and the y-intercept is 12. So that's all your notes tomorrow. Make sure you take the quiz underneath this video notes, and I'll see you in class tomorrow.